You can go ahead and either save that or delete it or whatever. Hayes, when Truthsayer wakes up, Hayes will, and the rest of you will see him have continued to do this, look at Truthsayer a bit expectantly.
They're beneath all of the like the desert survival gear. Sort of shake his head to try to clear the cobwebs and say, "There are no others stalking out anywhere near us, but you're as familiar as I am, Hayes, of how quickly they can cross terrain in the astral world."
Well, this is encouraging. Twitch, you want to get back in the car?
Sure thing.
If we
Twitch
were
will
attacked,
start reloading her gun.
that means that we're on to something. Um, I'm assuming Coyote will get out and load his broken drone back into the car.
Yeah, and another thing, he's got a toolkit, and the Doberman uses the same exact ammunition caliber as the GMC Chariot. Can he take this spare drum of 100 ammo and insert it into the Doberman? So he has stick and shock in the Doberman.
Yeah.
Okay, he'll do that as well. I just didn't know how long that would take.
That's just reloading. That just real quick, just a few seconds.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if the if you considered the extra drum an internal thing or what. But if it's just reloading, that's fine.
Yeah, I think it's like 3 complex actions or something to reload one of those. Either which way, you'll do it without bothering anyone.
Sarah will look over at Twitch after she gets back in the vehicle and say, "All right, that was great marksmanship, Twitch. Usually, spirits don't quite go down like that."
Don't they?
Sarah will shake his head. No.
You just have to find the easy ones.
I just shot them and hoped they'd go down like anyone.
As a matter of fact, I would assume there was some additional luck there in the form of them underestimating. Spirits have a tendency to underestimate weapons such as guns, because of a lack of fear for them, not realizing that they're going to be electrocuted. Usually, anyone they encounter with a gun won't do that to them.
Yeah. Heavily armored guys tend to underestimate stick and shock, too.
In comparison, Vice up there is one of the most prepared for any sort of spirit combat you'll ever see, and you saw how the wolf sort of just reformed around his punch.
Yeah, that was some spooky shit, alright.
Vice is just gonna grump.
You should have hit that damn thing. And you know perfectly well, you should have hit that damn thing.
I'm never gonna have a punch. I'm never gonna have a punch like that in my life.
Maybe
Everyone here can recognize that that was basically a perfect punch.
Maybe it was a male dog.
That's what I said.
Well, either which way, Hayes will say that's as long as they're doing that, then we're probably on to something. With that, he'll drive off. Go ahead and just heal any stun damage you've taken. The only damage they actually did was to that drone. That seems to always be the way. Well, you'll get another 2 days, bringing it to the 13th, of just wandering the desert, wandering the south, Um, he's mostly staying in the south end of the desert. Um, Hayes seems to know roughly where he's going, and with all your survival gear, survival won't be a problem. He seems to have some idea, but it's just sort of vague from what I can tell. Um, Vice, well, the only one I think got a 4 on an area knowledge roll, um, will be the only one to think of this. Um, you've heard rumors about. Let me go ahead and post this in the. Uh, I want to try to pronounce that, but I know it's going to be humiliating. Ubahebi crater. Um, you've heard some rumors about spirits up there. It's up in the northern end of the Mojave. Don't know much details. It's just one of the places. Hey, that's where spirits are. That's where sort of the problem is. And you'll know that off the top of your head. Will you mention that at all?
Yeah, I will.
Hayes will nod. Say, it's dangerous up there, though. There's got to be a better way. Just got to be patient. On the second day, or third day, I mean, it's starting to get dark. And Hayes will stop. Say, he has a friend. It's Zilly, Spirit, and he wants to go ahead and contact him. Um, may be able to give us some more information.
Spirits out here? Trusair will like look to his left and look to his right.
It's a friend of mine back. I'm just gonna. I didn't want to, but I just gotta go ahead and go call him, get a contact with him. I should know how to. I'll be back in a bit. And he'll lean back and again astrally project.
All right.
Does
Trusair.
Trusair do?
Um.
This is the only important part where you want to follow him.
Uh.
He'll specifically. One thing I do want to say. He'll specifically say to Trusair, and to Vice, don't follow me.
All right. Yeah. I don't think my character will attempt to follow. In part because I'm not sure how astral shadowing would even work to begin with. God, how would that even work?
The rules are on 193 of the core book.
Okay.
I actually have not read them.
Let me check that. Astral detection, astral tracking. Following an astral link requires the sensing plus intuition. What he's going to do is, he's going to say to others, keep an eye out on the meat world, Mondays. Vice. Trusair will, rather than follow Hayes, because, he doesn't want to intrude upon that, he'll actually astral project, just so that he can oversee the area, so that, if they're ambushed again, he'll have, he reacts better in the astral world. So he can try to fuck some shit up. But in regards to following him, Trusair doesn't want to intrude upon that. He sees no reason why to, and doing so could compromise potential payday.
Well, you'll see some interesting critters out in the Mojave. I'm double checking one. Um, you'll actually all see this. It's they're called, and this is something that with parazoology that only Trusair would know. Um, eye killers. Flightless bird, 7 meters in length from tail to from beak to tail. Um, its eyes are at the end of 30 centimeter eyes that are 30 centimeters in diameter dominate their owl-like heads. Bodies covered in gray or brown feathers, gradually becoming more hair-like along the lower body. Um, during the night, essentially these really creepy ass roadrunner-ish things will come running past the car. Yes, kind of like owl bears, except, all owl and not bear at all. Yes, owls. They'll come running by the car, um creepy looking things, and wander off after a while. Uh when they're doing that, uh Trusair, if you have parazoology, you can go ahead and roll for it.
Do? Absolutely. The token. Good job. Sweet. Here. I was paying attention that day in class.
Yeah, if you want the full write-up, it's on page 112 of Running Wild.
Okay. I do not have that book.
The short is they shock things. They have they can electrically discharge things, and they're not worth actually hunting.
Okay. Are they actually, like, they like pack animals? Are they not hostile? Are they only hostile if provoked or attacked first?
They're constantly hunting, 24/7. They don't really seem to sleep at all, and
Okay.
they hunt in mated pairs.
How intelligent
And they
are they? Are
prefer-
they, like, intelligent enough to perceive threats, like, okay, I shouldn't attack that? Or are they kind of, like, mindless and going after anything?
They're fairly intelligent, but they have a ridiculous metabolism that means that they've got to hunt 24/7. So they will hunt and kill humans if they get a chance to.
Okay. That's going to bring Trusair back to the meat body.
Do you stay in the meat body, or do you? They're not actually active at all.
All right. Well, if they're say if they're not like dual natured or any active at all, then to deal with such a threat, I would need to stay here. But Trusair does want to make sure that his mundane companions, who likely do not know of such horrific things, he gives them a basic synopsis of how terrifying these eye eaters, is that what they're called?
Eye killer.
Eye killer, of how terrible these eye killers are, and how due to their voracious appetite, they are even prone to attacking metahumans. Give them.
You'll see them run. You'll see them run past. Everyone will see them run past. 7 meters, tail to beak to tail, and they weigh 400 pounds apiece. So big flightless birds.
So they're like two vices put together.
Yeah, something like that.
Do I know anything about, like, whether they have, like, that same immunity to normal weapons that spirits have, or any sort of other crazy critter powers? No. Okay.
They wouldn't have anything like that. They're just awakened animals. They're just magically active animals.
Alright. Well, there you go. After such a warning to be extra on guard. I suppose if I actually am in the astral world and if I see them coming back, I can always go back into my meat body. In that case, I will go back into astral projection to better keep an eye on the situation and waiting for Hayes to return.
After a little while later, everyone will hear this. It's easy enough to hear that you don't even have to make a perception roll. Some loud, ear-piercing screams of pain and terror.
Imagine transmit to loud bursts of just emotions, the pain and terror in the astral world.
You'll actually see them almost appear as soon as you sort of get that sort of feeling. You'll look around and almost instantly spot it. It's just this spirit with some things around it. It's off in the distance. Some kind of spells around it. Go ahead and make an astral perception from where you are. An insensing test.
I'll go ahead and make it a sensing. Let's hear it. Here you go.
Okay, with two... Oh, what page is the sensing on again?
Oh, I fucking forgot. Let me check. That's, the sensing effects are on page 191. What's up?
If now's a good time for a brief break, I'd like to go eat dinner.
I guess this would be a good time.
Okay.
Because if we're about to get into some action, I don't want to cut out in the middle of that.
Well, there's not... This isn't an action scene, per se, coming up.
Just saying if.
And besides, if Aaron's character is not going to be hearing this anyway.
It's essentially your choice. You'll see with that much, you'll see that it's a spirit in pain with spells around it, a fair distance away.
Is a spirit like being attacked or what?
There's nothing attacking it, it's just spells around it. You get the class of the spells, you'll know that I actually double check what the spells are, but there's nothing attacking it. It's just around it, and it's about a mile out.
Okay. Well, no further information. Trying to put myself in the head of the character here. The spirit does not appear to be hostile. Just appears to be injured. I mean, Truesayer doesn't do a whole lot with spirits anyway, so it's not like he wants to fuck with the thing to begin with. Truesayer will just, I guess, continue to keep watch over the vehicle and his allies with his astral projection, unless the spirit decides to head straight for the vehicle itself. Or, does something overtly hostile.
What about anyone else? Everyone else can hear it screaming. Like,
okay.
It's an ear-piercing scream of terror and pain.
Can the Optic X drone see anything in that direction?
If you send it out, you can start having it search.
Oh, it never came back. I mean, during the whole battle before, it was just hovering over the SUV.
But I mean, if you're actually sending, like, if you're just looking around for direction, like where is it? It doesn't see anything off the top of its head. But if you want to, you can have it start searching, or you can, kick Truth there. He still feels his body. He knows if you're kicking him.
Yeah, sure. Coyote will say, I guess he can hear me too. If not, he'll kick him till...
He can't hear you, but if you kick him, he can feel it.
All right, Coyote will do that though. See if he can get his attention. Not very hard. He's not gonna like bang on him till he. I mean, if he wants to ignore Coyote, he can.
Crusader will, the slack-jawed body will suddenly come back up, and whatever annoyance might be on Trusayer's face is obscured by the sort of, the mask of the desert suit.
Back on the physical, yeah, that thing is not hostile. Yeah, that's only pain and terror.
Sarah will sort of shake his head, look at Coyote, and say, "I imagine you're curious about that outside."
Just wondering if you want some meat eyes, as you would put it, on the situation, and he'll gesture up at the Optic
Right.
X.
You can try, but you wouldn't be able to see anything. It's a spirit, running, I assume, from something
The
else.
spirit's not actually running. It's
Okay.
just there.
Oh, okay.
And second, it's actually on the physical plane.
Oh, so it's materialized. Okay.
Yes.
In the case, Trusair will sort of shake his head as all of the screaming is messing with his head. They say, it's spirit, it's not moving, it's just there now. It might have been damaged or ruptured at some point of fashion by whatever other things might be around here.
That is something that without a roll will strike you as very odd, because why didn't it just go back to the astral?
Right.
Or heck, they can, if it's
See-
free spirit, it can discorporate on its own.
Right.
So why doesn't it do that?
Say, you could be like some sort of bound spirit to a hermetic magician that's forced to remain here. But I don't think my character is sure how to investigate or to alleviate the pain or to make it stop screaming other than throwing a mana bolt. My character doesn't do spirits. He doesn't want to do that to spirits.
Yeah, and mainly what Coyote wants to know is, he'll send his drone there, but is that going to piss it off? I mean, if it's not aggressing at any point, then why piss it off even more? Is it worth investigating? That's kind of what he wanted to know.
The answer to that is, I don't know what will upset it, because I don't know that spirit. And I don't know what its orders are, if it has any orders. I don't know who summoned it. And if it's a free spirit, I don't know why it just doesn't leave.
Coyote will nod. He'll say, all right, well, what direction is it? I'll try to get as long distance a view of it as possible with my Optic X.
Hayes mentioned something about, like, trying to, like, that sort of spirit friend that he was trying to get back a hold of. I guess that could be it, but bad might have happened to Hayes, but then he'd show up as... Oh, he might not necessarily show up as dead, he'd just be comatose. Forever. Until his physical body gave out. Ha. I don't know. You know what? Because we have to live fun here. We have to do fun. I guess Trusair will end up going back into astral projection and get closer to the spirit in an attempt to some sort of, I don't know, investigate it further, try to placate it, assuage it, figure out why it's in pain, figure out why it's doing this. Maybe it's connected. Maybe it's actually the thing Hayes was looking for. And if it is hostile, then it would be useful to know that. So Trusair will... I mean, I don't exactly know how the approach works. Maybe not flying as fast as he can. Walk astral projection? Maybe like a slow walk astral projection. Instead of like 5,000 meters.
With that test, the most you can get is there's 3 spells on it. Let me double check. Do you get the force of the spells?
I don't actually think I'd get those either, but in that case, I can attempt to counterspell those spells.
There's 3 manipulation spells on it. You don't recognize the aura.
Okay.
Other than it's I yeah, you would be able to figure out that it's a free spirit of beastish, along those lines. Um, Obviously each edition summons technically different, but for mechanics, it's a beast spirit. And 3 manipulation spells on it.
Okay, in that case, I think it's from the rules of page 185. Not exactly
The spells?
dispelling
quick, the
sustains the
spells?
spells.
Yeah, the spells are all on the physical.
Okay. Alright. Well, even if they're on the physical, can I not still, like, they obviously have, like, mana effect. Oh, they're all type P, okay.
Yeah, so you actually have to physically see about where they are. You will be able to tell that they're all sustained to a rock that the spirit's nearby, but can't seem to get to. Like, it seems like it's reaching for the rock and then pulling away and then doing this weird sort of dance thing. But in terms of the spells themselves, they're on the physical. All you're seeing is sort of their aura.
I guess that's why it might actually be forced into the physical, I guess. Alright. Well, that's a quick check enough to know to go back to the meat body and say, looks like I'm walking out there.
And I think at that point that's a decent place to take a break.
Okay. I'll step away then.
And you can decide exactly what you want to do, and everyone can decide exactly what they want. Because
All right.
I need to grab some things.